I had had actually quite a small number of lessons, I thought that I would like to train as a teacher. The freedom and the reduction in my pain was such that I just thought, wow, this is amazing. How great would it be to be able to teach other people? And so I came to visit twice. I felt very welcome. I thought some of the things they did were a little bit unusual, but I laughed quite a lot and I really enjoyed myself, and I felt very comfortable about coming here to train.
I found that I was having problems with my voice. I was a teacher at the time, a tutor, and someone suggested Alexander lessons. So I went along, and the teacher gave me a lesson, and my voice totally changed. And it was the most amazing experience. And I thought, right, this is what I need.
I started having Alexander lessons when I was 11 years old, so I was quite unusually young to start having lessons. But I was lucky enough to have parents who were having lessons and were very enthusiastic about the very positive effects that it was having. And I had my first lesson, and almost immediately I began to feel much easier and more relaxed in my whole body, and I felt more confident. And by the time I got to about 17ish, I was beginning to think, I think I'd like to train to be a teacher.
I'm a violinist, and I came to the Alexander technique because I had crippling stage fright. I could barely get on and play, my bow shook so you couldn't hear what I was playing at all. I was really scared that I wasn't going to be able to earn a living. That was my career, and I looked like I wouldn't be able to do it. But actually by the time I'd finished my training, I had 2 careers and more than I could possibly handle.
I came back as for teaching practice because I graduated last year, and they offer the opportunity to come back and consolidate your skills by doing a teaching term. And I did one teaching term, and I loved doing it so much that I've now done another teaching term, and I'm now in my 3rd teaching term because I just really enjoy teaching the technique.
I think the Alexander technique attracts people from all different backgrounds. It appeals to someone who wants to perhaps learn a technique that can help them to live their life more easily.
One of the key qualities we might be looking for in people who want to train is curiosity. So we want people to be curious and be interested to explore both their own application of the Alexander technique and also how they could teach that to others. It's a pretty intensive process training to be a teacher. There's quite a lot of work that people will also do outside of the course hours. There's lots of reading. They will be taking notes for themselves. They will be learning some anatomy. So there's many different aspects to it, although primarily the main emphasis on the training is an experiential one. So you will be learning how to use your hand contact, and at the different stages of training, whether in your first or your second or your 3rd year of training, those skills obviously change and build up as you go through. We have the great opportunity of being able to come here to the music department at Bristol University with 3rd year students so that they get the opportunity to practice their Alexander teaching with members of the general public, who in this case are music students. Here at the Bristol Alexander Training School, we've been offering the training over 3 days. So that means that the training course would run on a Thursday evening, all day Friday and all day Saturday. And what we're finding is that this is enabling people to maintain a job, so they can have a 4-day week job, and they can do the Alexander training. We also have another format where people will come along for 4 mornings a week.
I wanted to take the training after about 2 or 3 years of lessons, but the training courses were all 4-day courses during the week. I had a mortgage, and there was no way that I could give up a job. It was only open to me when this course at Bristol started up, which was a Thursday night, Friday and Saturday.
What I'd like to think is that here at the Bristol Alexander School that we have an atmosphere of openness, warmth, inclusiveness. What's really important for me is that people feel safe and comfortable, because when you're doing an Alexander training, we do ask you to explore quite deeply. And I think you can only explore deeply and be prepared to be vulnerable and open up if you feel safe enough.
I felt very accepted, which really helps. And I liked the fact that it was quite practical. So it was very much about, how do you live this technique in life? You know, how can I take it into my way of being in the world? How can I let go of all the things that get in the way of me being fully who I am?
Everybody's really happy here. It's very relaxed, it's very accepting, they're very kind and just generally very nice people. I think there's very professional. And there's a warmth and a professionalism, I suppose that's my overall impression.
I checked out 2 or 3 other schools before I came to the Bristol school. I was told that you should kind of find the school that really suits you or that really resonates with you. I spent a weekend here, and after that weekend it was just quite easy that I knew that the Bristol school was the school that I needed to go to. The atmosphere is very, very supportive, very light-hearted, and the tutors kind of treat everybody with the utmost respect. Personally, I just found the Bristol school absolutely fantastic. I really, really enjoyed my experience, and I really benefited from it.
I would choose the place where you have a sense of trust in the tutors, which is what I did, and I really knew that I could trust these people.
If you're thinking of training as an Alexander Technique teacher, I would really recommend coming to the Bristol Alexander School. We do lots of different activities, so you can practice the technique in lots of different ways. The teachers have quite different approaches, so you get lots of different input, and I think we're really friendly and we'd love you to come and visit.